Hi guys, BoylerRoom here. Just thought I'd do a quick update on the Destiny news that's come out since the Rise of Iron reveal a couple of weeks ago. As you know, there was quite a bit of information leaked ahead of the reveal, and I've covered a bit of that in another video, so I'll go ahead and link that in the description below. But since the update, there have been a number of things that have occurred. One of those things has been a number of connection issues. There was a spike in Weasel errors in particular, and we've seen a lot of connectivity issues with players in matchmaking and PvP. I know I'm experiencing connection issues that I haven't experienced before, but in the last couple of weeks people have been going into matches, and then rather than spawning in the actual match, the entire team is disconnected from the game, returned to orbit, and the other team is granted a win. Unfortunately, that meant that Trials of Osiris ended up being cancelled on the weekend just gone, and that same error has also resulted in Iron Banner being cancelled this week. There's no official word on whether Iron Banner will come back next week or when it's going to return at this stage. All I know is, at this point in time, they're currently trying to work on that connection issue, but it seems to be related to whatever they've done in the June update. Another interesting thing that's emerged in the last couple of weeks since the update is Year 2 Moments of Triumph, and this was confirmed in a Fireteam chat conversation at E3. There was no conversation about the actual content of the Moments of Triumph at E3, but the fact that there will be a Year 2 Moments of Triumph, that was confirmed. So I've got here an image that was posted on Twitter that indicates that the Moments of Triumph this time around will be relating to story elements, Challenge of Elders, there will be some Crucible elements, as well as some of the quest related aspects. So we start with the Elder Sigil in Challenge of Elders. You need to complete that. You'll also need to complete the Taken King quest line that ends with the mission Regicide. You'll need to fully level up a Year 2 subclass, so either Night Stalker, Sunbreaker or Stormcaller. You'll also need to complete the Crucible quest line that finishes with the Mountaintop, and this I believe unlocks all the Shaxx bounties. So if you've got the Shaxx bounties unlocked, you've probably done that one. You'll need to collect all 50 calcified fragments from the Dreadnought, complete any of the exotic sword quests, so if you have an exotic sword you've done that one as well. You'll need to go through the April update quest lines at the gates and return to the prison, which ends up with the Dreadfang as a reward. So if you have that sword, you've at least completed out the gates. If you've done a level 41 Prison of Elders, then you've probably completed Return to the Prison as well. The only one that remains is to defeat Oryx in the King's Fall raid on hard difficulty. So if you haven't yet defeated Oryx on hard, get to that. If you need a hand with that, I can probably help if you're on the Xbox One or the 360. Don't be afraid to ask for help in the comments below. I'll see what I can do if you're on the Xbox. But at this stage, that's all we have on the Moments of Triumph. It looks exciting. I know I've completed all of those things. Most of my friends have, but there are a few things that still remain for quite a few people. So if you need a hand, let me know. While a lot of information was given out at E3, not much of it was terribly different from the information revealed on the Bungie reveal stream a week ahead of time. However, in the last few days, Jason Schreier from Kotaku posted an interview with Eric Osborne and Chris Barrett from Bungie, discussing Destiny and some of the potential changes and things we might see coming up in Rise of Iron. One of those things is the much talked about custom PvP matches. Now he asks, I heard a rumour that we may see custom PvP matches. And they don't actually rule this out, they just say you hear a lot of rumours. Then they discuss the exciting new PvP mode and maps. That's all they really allude to. So they haven't ruled out custom PvP matches. I personally think it's highly unlikely, but if they're not ruling it out and they're talking about exciting new game modes in PvP in an interview particularly relating to a question about custom PvP matches, that seems more encouraging to me than discouraging in that sense. Schreier goes on to ask about what we can expect in the Rise of Iron in terms of DLC and live events, and Chris Barrett specifically says, well look, it's going to be all of the above. It's going to be DLC and live events. So we've got confirmation that live events like Festival of the Lost and Sparrow Racing League are actually going to be included in Rise of Iron. Not specifically those events, but I wouldn't be surprised if we saw the return of those sorts of things. In fact, they specifically go on to discuss Sparrow Racing League later in the interview, and it's not ruled out. In fact, they're talking about trying to find an opportunity to bring it back. Personally, I'd just like to see it included as another PvP style game mode. I really enjoyed Sparrow Racing League. I think most other people that I've spoken to enjoyed it as well. Some people thought it was a bit of a gimmick, but really I think it was just a fantastic break from the monotony of what we had to endure for such a long period of time. It was something so different that people really enjoyed it, and if you're just looking for a chill event that you can just go and hang out in, it's a great option. The only word on the raid in the interview was that the raid itself takes place literally in the heart of the Plaguelands, which is an area I guess that you have to take back with Felwinter Peak. So I'm interested to see how that all plays out. Personally, I'm wondering if the lead up to unlocking the social space is actually the raid itself. I'm not sure how that works out because I know that you have to capture the social space in order to unlock it as a social space. We need to reclaim that territory, and I'm wondering if the raid itself is the means by which we do that. And Jason Schreier was bold enough to ask if they could give him an exclusive on a weapon that might be returning. He asked specifically about Fatebringer and Vex Mythoclast. The response that he got was that Bungie have a list of weapons that they'd really love to bring back to the game, and he asked if he could see the list. While their answer wasn't particularly forthcoming, they hinted that some information's already been shared in screenshots, and that discussions on Reddit in particular have maybe identified some returning weapons. Eric Osborne quote says, "Some people on Reddit have speculated about a returning weapon. Maybe it's accurate. Maybe that's intentionally there to make them think about this." So what I draw from that is perhaps look through the screenshots in the press kit, see what you can see what you can identify, and maybe, just maybe, we'll see some of those weapons returning. The Kvostov seems to be the main weapon that I see people talking about, so we could see a return of the original weapon that we pick up in the very first mission in Destiny. How they go about enhancing that for an expansion that's so far down the road in Rise of Iron, I'm intrigued to see how that plays out. I wonder if you pick it up as a reward maybe through the quest line to get your Galahorn. Maybe you pick it up as a reward from the new raid. Maybe you pick it up as a reward when you finally unlock Felwinter Peak as a social space. Who knows, but I guess we'll find out when Destiny Rise of Iron comes out on September 20th. In the meantime, I'll keep scouring the internet, keep playing Destiny, and I'm looking forward to September 20th myself. I'm always keen to provide information to the Destiny community and to help other players out. If you're looking for something specific or you'd like a guide on something that you're having trouble with, please ask the questions in the comments below. If you got something out of this video, please don't forget to hit the thumbs up and like the video. Also subscribe to my channel for regular content, and thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.